This event, CES, really just kicking off here this morning. It's still early in Vegas, but the sun is up.
The sun is up.
Which means people are still playing cards from last night. As we probably saw when you walked through the casino this morning. Yeah. Really interesting things going on with you since the Verizon acquisition. What's the biggest difference for you?
You know, the biggest difference is we've always had our goal has always been to be the largest media technology company in the world, and that's a long-term goal of ours. I think we've augmented that to focus on mobile with the Verizon acquisition. So we're a part of Verizon now. We've also done a deal to handle Microsoft's global advertising, and we bought Millennial Media, which is one of the largest public mobile media companies. So we're at a place now where we went from about 150 or 200 million consumers we touched last year to ending the year in 2015 with about 700 million. And our long-term goal, it's a huge scale change. But we have bigger goals for 2020. We want to get to 2 billion consumers. We'd like to get to 10 million creators on our platform. Love to get to $20 billion in revenue. So we're really focused on those stretch targets and moving the company in that direction.
It's an interesting blend between content and ad technology to serve ads to that content.
Right.
And then serve ads beyond that content. I think the Microsoft deal sort of exemplifies that.
Yeah, so one of the holding company CEOs, one of the global agency holding companies, said to me last night, you guys are the only hybrid company. You guys are in mobile, you're in technology, you're in content overall, and that's really been our long-term goal, is we think the combination of what we call culture and code, where content meets technology and meets what will eventually be 6 billion people on high bandwidth smartphones, is the place of the future. So that we're angling all of our decisions as a company in that area.
Isn't Yahoo in the same 3 areas?
Well, you know what? We've been very successful focusing on one thing, AOL, and so we're continuing. I'm not sure what strategy was. I know, Corey, you're right. Yeah, it's we believe that our strategy, in combination with what everybody else is doing in the industry, we're one of the only companies that also partners with everybody in the industry. So if you come to CES this week, we're the digital partner for CES. If you go to Silicon Valley and you go to companies like Apple or Google, Microsoft, Facebook, Twitter, we're partners with all those companies. So we have a long-term strategy of our own, and we have a long-term partnership strategy, and really, I think from a competitive standpoint, we're not so much in direct competition, but in cooperation with all of those companies.
Because it looks like some of those Yahoo assets might be on the block soon, and I wonder which of those were most interesting to you.
Well, I'll tell you this. There's been a lot of questions about that over the last 6 years since I got to AOL, and I think that we could have spent a lot of time focused on that. We didn't. We spent a lot of time focused on AOL, and it turned out to be the right path. So I think we'll continue down that path in the future. So I wouldn't comment on anything having to do with any other company's assets.
I would think it'd be remiss not to at least look at what's there.
Right. Well, I told you we have our long-term goals. Right. So I'm not commenting specifically on any companies, but we want to increase the scale of what we're doing. So we will look at anything that makes sense organically and inorganically to make sure that we become one of the most important mobile media companies on the planet. And so we're actively organically running the company right now, and we're focused on that. No one did more deals than we did last year, right. So we have a lot of integration to do. So we're really focused on operating, and
so let me ask you about, quickly, we only have 30 seconds left. Yeah. TechCrunch is a big presence here in terms of sort of the conference business, and it's something we don't talk about much when we talk about AOL and Verizon. What is the role of the conference business in the combined Verizon AOL?
Well, I mean, going back to culture and code, we believe really firmly that what digital media is taking off, but also human beings, urbanization's happening in the world. People like to come together and learn in groups. So we both have a digital business. We also have a conferences business, and we're the official digital media partner for CES. So when you go to TechCrunch or Engadget here, we're threaded through the entire conference, and it's a great way, a home field advantage for us to kick the year off in the largest electronic show and technology show in the world. And you've probably walked by our booth, you've seen the TechCrunch booth. You know, we pump out almost 2,000 articles a day and pieces of content a day at AOL. A lot of that stuff will be coming out of CES this week. So it's an important week for the economy, important week for technology, important week for AOL, and TechCrunch and Engadget are right at the front of that.